This was my single biggest business failure in all of my business experience. And this story, the reason why I want to share it with you guys is because I learned a few major lessons from this, and I'm hoping that you can learn these from this video instead of having to go through what I did, because as you're soon going to find out, it was pretty intense. It was pretty crazy. So flashback to 2017. And I met a guy by the name of Tanner J. Fox. Now, Tanner J. Fox was not a scooter guy. Everyone sometimes thinks he's the scooter YouTuber. Different YouTuber. He was a Amazon FBA guru YouTuber. And he happened to live pretty nearby where I lived. So I got the opportunity to meet him and got lunch with him, and he gave me his Amazon course. So, of course, I started going through it. And keep in mind, he was 21 years old at the time, making $300,000 a month. And I was like, dude, whatever this guy's doing, I need to do, right? So long story short, go through his Amazon course, and it teaches you all about product research. So March, April of 2017, started doing product research, and there were certain criteria that you're looking for in the perfect product. After like literally a few weeks, I stumbled across it. I noticed this huge spike in sales of solar eclipse glasses, because later that year in August, there was going to be a solar eclipse. So I said, dude, if I can get in now, manufacture some solar eclipse glasses, and sell them before the solar eclipse happens in August, and again, this is in March, I can make a fortune. That's what I decided to do. I said, that's the product we're going to launch. I only had about $1,500, $2,000 to my name at that point, so didn't really have a ton of capital to invest into this. Long story short, that's what I did. So I went ahead and went to Alibaba, got some solar eclipse glasses manufactured, decided that in order to provide more value, these things cost 20 cents a pair of glasses, right? And everybody on Amazon was selling them for a pack of 3 for $20. And I was like, well, I'm going to just make it a pack of 5 for $20 because it's 40 cents more. And, you know, in everyone's eyes, it's like a way better deal. So that's what I did. I made packs of 5. I had like a couple thousand packs of 5. I mean, some crazy number of solar eclipse glasses. I had them manufactured and shipped over here. Now, originally speaking, the plan was started manufacturing in May. It was about a 6-week lead time. So by the middle of June, they were going to be shipped to Amazon. It would take about a week. And then Amazon would have them by the end of June, in which case I would have a month and a half to sell all of these thousands of packs of solar eclipse glasses, which I did the math, and it would have easily been capable of doing that with the amount of sales volume that was already going on in March and April, let alone by the time we got to, July, right? So that's what we thought was going to happen. And then wouldn't you believe it? That's not what happened. Okay, that's not what happened at all. What happened was June came around, didn't hear anything. And they didn't actually end up finishing manufacturing the glasses until about halfway through July. And so they didn't get to Amazon until the end of July, which means now I had 3 weeks to sell probably 4,000 or 5,000 packs of solar eclipse glasses. And keep in mind, again, this is my entire life savings that I've staked on this business. Okay, this is it's only a few $1,000s at this point, but it's everything I have. They finally get shipped to Amazon. Amazon goes there, and then Amazon loses one of the boxes. They just literally lost one of the boxes. I don't know. I think really what happened was one of the employees probably stole it and just started selling them out of the back of his truck or something. That's my guess, because I don't know how you lose a box, a massive box of solar eclipse glasses. I don't know how that happens. But they just lost one of the boxes, and then finally after a few days, they listed it so I could start selling it, via Amazon FBA. I'll never forget the day I was sitting at, actually of all places, I was sitting at Saddleback Church in Orange County, California. Me and my buddy Clayton, we were business partners on this, and we turned on the pay-per-click advertising. And across the street from where we were hanging out, there was this LA Fitness gym. And we go over to LA Fitness gym and we're lifting. We're getting a nice pump in. As that's happening, it's every 30 seconds we're making $20. It's it was the most incredible thing I've ever seen. It's $20, $20. It was crazy. I think in an hour we probably made $700 in sales. It was I felt like I was Jeff Bezos. Like you would have thought I was the richest man on the face of the planet. I was running around I am successful. It was crazy. And then all of a sudden, stopped. Right, and all of a sudden, no more sales were coming out. We didn't even get close to running out of solar eclipse glasses. So what happened? Amazon had a safety concern. They were like, well, we got to make sure these are legit. Now, I did all the research to make sure I had all the certificates and all that, to make sure that they were legit. Obviously, I don't want to hurt anyone's eyes. So I already had the certificates. I just sent them back into Amazon. And a day later, Amazon reapproved it, started selling the glasses again. Everything was totally fine. And by the end of that day, they took it down again. And they said, look, there's been a lot of fake solar eclipse glasses coming from China. So because of that, we're not allowing any solar eclipse glasses to be sold on the platform other than these 3 brands manufactured in America, which my glasses did not qualify for. So at this point, there's still about 2 weeks left before the solar eclipse. And I've sold a total of like 700 packs out of 5,000. Okay, so I've got 4,300 packs of solar eclipse glasses that they're now shipping to my house, and they're coming in these massive boxes. I mean, it is like ridiculous. And I gotta sell these glasses, right? I'm like, I can't just sit on this. Like I have all my money is tied up into this. So long story short, we started going door to door, and we were going door to door selling solar eclipse glasses. We enlisted the help of a local high school kid that we were friends with. He hit it out of the park. He got on like the city Facebook group, and then like one of the moms posted him on there, and the next thing you know, like his phone is like ringing off the hook like nonstop all day with people that want to buy solar eclipse glasses. So I spent 3 days driving around in my car. We would drive up, he would jump out of the car, he would take 2 packs, even if they only bought one, he'd take 2, he'd sell them the one for the $20, and then he would say, hey, if you want another one, we'll give it to you for half off for $10 more, right? And like 80% of people would do that. Like I don't know why, but they would, right? So we're just selling the heck out of these solar eclipse glasses, okay? And we're driving around with stacks of $20 bills. I mean, it was like the craziest thing ever. We're starting to sell out a lot of these things, and we still had probably about 1,000 packs left. But it's about 3 days before the solar eclipse actually happens now. I had this thought in the back of my head, and I didn't really know where this came from. It was like just this, I don't know what it was. It was just like this negative thought I had in my head. I was like, I needed to make sure these are 100% real. Because Amazon had sent me an email saying that, hey, some of these certificates could be forged, so make sure that they're real. Now, the only way to make sure that they're real, obviously, is to compare them to real ones that 100% were real. Unfortunately, I couldn't buy them. Because Amazon gave a monopoly to those 3 companies, they were selling each pair, just one pair, for $200 on Amazon. So I was not going to buy a $200 pair of solar eclipse glasses to test if mine were real. So instead, I found a local public library that was about an hour away, and I drove all the way an hour to get there, and took one of my pairs and took one of the pairs there, and I put the real pair on that was at the library, and I looked at this light, and it blacked out all the light. You couldn't see anything. And then I took that pair off, and I put my pair on, and you just see this little flicker of light, right? And I'm like, oh crap, that's not good. Like, they're not real. Like, these could hurt someone's eyes, right? So now I've sold basically tens of thousands of solar eclipse glasses that could hurt someone's eyes, and I have 3 days to try to find all of those solar eclipse glasses and at least tell people not to wear them at the very minimum, but probably give all the money back and then basically bankrupt myself in the process. Okay, this is where I was at this moment in time. It was very stressful, as you can probably imagine. So immediately we created a whole campaign and said, look, we cannot verify these are real. We did not know, genuinely, we had the certificates. They looked 100% authentic, right? Like, we did everything we could to try to refund everyone. Thankfully, and by the grace of God, right, people were very gracious with us. Most people didn't really want a refund. They said, hey, just thanks for letting us know. We're not going to use them. But it was quite frankly one of the craziest experiences in business I think I've ever, I don't think I've ever had anything remotely close to that. It was just so many ups and downs, and it taught me so many lessons. So what are some of the lessons I learned? Number one is, don't depend on a platform for your entire business. I depended on Amazon to bring me business, and then they threw a wrench in that and said, no more, right? So that's number one. Number two is, make sure your product is legit, right? You got to have an amazing product that blows people away, or else you should not start a business. You should not, try to make money from your product if it does not blow people away. And then the last big lesson I learned is that any type of business success, and I don't know if I'd call this story necessarily a success, but in any business story, you're going to have ups and downs. And the key thing is to just overcome those. Keep persevering, keep moving forward, keep being consistent, and you will end up okay. After all those crazy ups and downs I just shared with you, everything ended up being okay. Like, thankfully, no one, as far as I know, got their eyes hurt. We ended up, not really making any money. We kind of just broke even, but it's fine. Like, whatever, right? We ended up with something. I didn't go bankrupt. And I learned a lot about business. And so don't be scared to do challenging things like that if it's out of your comfort zone. And when you do those things, and bad things happen and roadblocks come up, persevere through it. So with that being said, if you enjoyed this video, subscribe, hit the notification bell as well. Like the video if you enjoyed it, comment your thoughts on what I talked about, and I will see you on the next video.